Oh yeah, I am alive today. It is not by my own power. It is by the grace of God. Mama, see your tower. That's what I know. What in Conyo? You saw my butt, yeah, well. Ah, you saw us, see you there. Ah, you saw us, see you there. Oh, I could feel so cool. See you there.
And as the voice of Minister Abina Johnson to making a contribution, we want to welcome our viewers and listeners across the globe. Thank you so much. See you there way. Email welcome in the house. Ted, welcome. Eric Hangat, welcome. Hassan Barrett, welcome. This is the Liberia Public Radio. And of course, our man Dwala is in the house from neighboring to Massachusetts. Science Sylvia, of course, from the Garden City. Hey, Brian, how are you, Kroma? Good evening. Oh, Mr. Jala. See you there. If you don't know the interpretation, just from cool friends from the southeast, they're going to tell you the exact meaning of this see you there. It's just more than all. Uncomparable being. You know, when the school message in Swag, message in Swag, they are talking to the most high. One of these days, Liberia will be better. Don't let hopes drive away. Do not mind the waba talk or on the social network. Better days ahead. We must just stand strong. Okay, folks, we want to welcome our viewers and listeners across the globe. Thank you so much for joining us here. I am Afonso Ziensot of the Liberia Public Radio and LPR-TV. We are always here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. In fact, from Monday to Friday, we are here, even Sunday. And we are working behind the scenes. A lot of things going to be happening here. A lot is unfolding. And so we got to keep the conversation going at all times. We want to welcome our viewers and listeners across the globe. Hey, I love the songs. I remember back in Liberia listening to this masterpiece. Yeah, it's just been modified in all ways to make sure that it meet the demands of today's world, and so that it can be properly accommodated. We want to welcome our viewers and listeners across the globe. I am your host, your chief facilitator, your anchor. Together, one of us this evening, we will be in the conversation as usual. all things considered, just perfectly suited to give you the opportunity to be able to dive on some of those things that are so much important, but for some reason we are not talking about it. Not that it's on purpose, but because of that it's unfolding. So this aspect of this program is designed to make you to feel part of a talking point. Kubo, welcome. Ophelia Tapet, welcome. Emmanuel Tier. These are, I don't know with all these people how we're going to do it, where that strength going to be coming from. Madam Rebecca Morris, thank you so much. The commitment to this network is just overwhelming. With some of you inside Liberia, other places, but you use your own data. You use your own precious time that you could be putting hours, but you chose to come here, not that you don't have work to do, because of for the love of the country. And so for us here at Liberia Public Radio, we do attach serious important concern to this national conversation. Tonight is all things considered. Please, please, please feel free. Do not leave this alone with us. When we do it, we will not complete it. Don't leave it with us. Don't leave it with the talking heads. Don't leave it with the politicians. You are part and parcel. Without you, there will be no Liberia. No Liberia in the sense that you should not be left behind. International conversations. I am your host and your presenter, Alfonso Zienso. We say welcome to today's editions of All Things and thank you for being part of this show. We so highly appreciate your commitment to this network. And this is why we are always here to bring you these news and information. This is the official news outlet of the Liberia Public Radio and LPR-TV. I am Alfonso Zienso. Time check here in the East Coast is 8:12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Welcome to the show. Okay, this is the sound for the most part that introduces the program, and welcome all of our viewers and listeners across the globe. Thank you so much for joining us this morning hour, this evening, this afternoon, depending where you are, your location. We say thank you so much for being part of today's program. As usual, I am your host, Chief Anger Facilitator Alfonso Zienso. Welcome to the show. We are live on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube simultaneously. So there are so many ways that you can get us. Subscribe with us. We love seeing your comment. Don't worry about what you're going to say. As long as it's not an insult, as long as it's done in a civil context, that's the conversation we need to create. I must respect your opinions. I must respect your view, how you see, how you view, how you perhaps think things look like. And that's the tolerance we must have at all times, be a politician or ordinary Liberian. We should not shove things in the throat of people. We should not shut people down. We should not sanction voices. We should not be this is the side that I want to hear. I don't want to battle with this side. I don't want to deal with this side. Who are you? Where are you coming from? Who is that person? If he or she is not part of Liberia, can you control her movement or his movement? Which party, where to associate? We need to know the thinking of people as to how the process and come toward decision making. And perhaps they may be going off track unknowingly because of the information that they receive is what led them to make their decision. But if we exercise maximum tolerance, political tolerance, and not be too sentimental, emotional, we're not talking about your house. You're not talking about my house. That could be a different thing. If I'm talking about my house, then of course, that more or less is personal. But when we're talking about a sovereign nation, before you were born, the country was in existence. You were living here. Our forefathers left it and went. So when we're talking about it, do not just look at it on the philosophical aspect. Let's take a holistic view. How it happens, where it came from, how this person, he or she arrived at that point. And let's understand and put out that garments of persuasion, convincing, let people realize what they are doing. Perhaps it's not, people are being influenced by all sort of things. The falsehood, the subliminal messages, the soundbite, the tone, the political tone, to the extent that somebody is saying something because he or she, at the end of the day, there's a political reward. We have seen that in the past, and it will continue to happen, and it will go over the top. Remember, 3 major elections ahead of our country. You have the executive and the 2 branches of government. Who are going to be the deciding factor of our fate? Whether we like it or not, you and I will not go to Capitol Hill when those concessions agreements is about to be signed. This is the time that we should have this conversation. And we must exercise tolerance. They will do it on purpose to bully you, to frustrate you, and to distract you. But what makes us human beings is we are created in a specific way for which we can adjust and accommodate things, be it good or bad. But our ability to surprise, to overcome it is what important. Do not allow these people to define your destiny. You are the right person to define your own destiny, what you want in life and what you want your country to be. I can come here and say all and talk all. Ultimately, you are the principal decider to which direction to go. And this is why we here at LPR, our job is to facilitate these high-call conversations, not necessarily in your direction or what you want to hear, but what you need to know. Does that suggest what we are telling you is all 100% perfect? Absolutely not. They are our views, they are our opinion. But we feel when it comes to Liberia, and when we sit behind this microphone and we are facilitator, we must be honest. However, the proliferations of news outlets, take that into consideration. Most of them are all motivated, not on a professional level. They are doing it. There are people that are hired. There are people that are being paid. There are people that are being asked to do specific tasks coming to public relations. If I'm doing a public relation here, my tone and language will be quite a little different than what I'm doing here. So understand to these people, but you also at liberty to go anywhere to listen. However, be careful what you listen to, because those things could potentially affect your decision making. I am Alfonso Zian, so let's get the ball rolling. Some of the panelists are here already. Well, today is Wednesday. This is All Things Considered, and we will be having the conversation right here, right now. Welcome. Hey, good evening. Minnesota is in her. My own sister Anna Nyangwe is here. Moses Momolut, good evening. Fatut, thank you so much. Bill Willie, Light, Clement, May Johnson, Kian Tawia. These our committed people. The way you guys always here was something turned around, changing. Please do not go. We do have Cash App, we do have Zelle, but we are still committed that we as an institution, we need to exhibit, we need to do more, we need to give justification before we ask you. This is why we are not displaying it. And I told my people, what are you going to take a 1, 2, 10 years? We've been in this. LPR Liberia Public Radio is, I can tell you, and you can do your own survey. All of these people, more or less, they went through the transitions of LPR to become, and that is also good. LPR is one of it's the oldest, not even one, the oldest news outlet. Maybe it's in line with there's Destiny Debater D-Floor. When we started it, there was no live Facebook. We used to do like a teleconference, calling people outside of the country, do interviews and all of that. So we are not in competition. with anybody, what are they building? The empire that the only competition we are in is to build and bring quality news, fair, balanced, proportional, give you the opportunity to air your views. Let me come right here in State Ocean State of Rhode Island, senior analyst of the Liberia Public Radio. This guy doesn't want to decide which way he's going. He doesn't. It is glaring. Oh my goodness. Here we go tonight again. Boy. Ah. I have no idea what's going to happen this evening. This is all things considered. Surprises all over. Two great songs, different views, different opinion. Some are involved. Some are unstable. It's not my making. It is their own word. They move by the wayland.
Not all pay life insurance.
What are you doing?
Just take it.
Black Dragon Revenge the Death of Bruce Lee?
Yeah, we'll buy down you and
So something we're getting. I don't know why you're playing in the background. We're not speaking fire. This is not a crime program, please. Are you hearing me? You see, when I said the liberal here is always a liberal. You see what that's who he is. Now you will believe me today. But let me come to the Ocean State and bring in Octavia Jones. Jones too is not listening to me. He's my guy in the same state, but he more or less pivoting towards this liberal. But he will prove himself. Let me bring in Octavia Jones. Let me bring in the liberal progressive. The liberal, if you are ready, so just give me a thumbs up in the background. You know, now all your guys going to see exactly who you are this evening. Okay. Oh, gentlemen, good evening. Welcome to the show.
Good evening, sir.
Okay. Octavia Miles Jones. Something here, Nance. Why are you guys? Something we're having a lot of feedback from your end there. So please fix that. Okay, Mr. Jones. Good evening. Welcome. While the Liberal is still working on doing stuff here. Today is Wednesday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had a crazy day to not even just today, but today is just added more fuel today. But that's part of the job. That's part of the commitment. And that's consistency in this news, in this business is very crucial. You can't have your people looking up to you because you say you're coming from, let me just do a little bit housekeeping here. And you say you're coming from doing the people work, so then you're not coming. So what becomes of your people who are also relying on you? So we have to do all of that. We have to do all of that to make sure that we keep up with what we're supposed to do. Something I'm not still seeing. Okay, here we go. Okay, Mr. Jones, good evening and welcome. Is that an American flag behind you?
Yes.
What I mean, you're contesting for the city of mayor cities or from a city, Pawtucket here, or what?
Well, not necessarily. We try to identify with our environment
Yeah.
directly or indirectly.
Directly or indirectly. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, don't mind me. Sometimes I'm so curious and my eyes go to places that they
It's
shouldn't.
necessary. It's necessary.
All right, Mama Disaki, TJ, Chai, good evening, welcome. Thank you so much, Anna, for being here. Okay, today is Wednesday, all things considered. Honestly, I had a very hectic, busy day, job related wise. So my activities on the social media was completely diminished today. Not knowing what's going on because sometimes you go there, you don't even know exactly what is.
What's being unfolded?
Yeah, crazy here, but. We're going to be having a conversation with our guys. Folks, we intend to open this line as soon as we can. This is all things considered. So we will want you to fully participate because there are some things that really vital to you. We don't talk them here. Now that we We don't want to, but we want to give you the chance. So this is a perfect time for you to form part of this program that is all things considered. You are at liberty. We're not going to direct your talking points. You will direct your own talking point. So let's come here. What is the G's out there today? Anything different than what we've been hearing? Jones?
Well, there's nothing real
Can I get a
different.
thumbs up if you're ready? Okay.
There's nothing really different. It's like we are still waiting on the ANC, its crew, political crew. But it's like I really don't know what's going on right now. But it seems to be there a whole lot of consultation is going on right now because the last information I received, the last unconfirmed information I received from Liberia is that ANC were moving 100% in the direction of Charlene Charlene Brown and yes about this VP thing, and like Spoon TV has been standing this whole thing upside down, you know. And at one point, like she has said no and no and no and no and no, but it's like they still keep going her direction according to Spoon TV, you know. So it's like too much is going on behind the scene for ANC.
Yeah.
It's getting to the level of frustration. I want to believe. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. You start that. We're going to pick up with that because that is vital. I one of those being the town crier. The Liberal Progressive. Good evening. Welcome.
Good, Mr. So. Thank you very much.
All right. For the Liberal, I think he's at peace because his guy already got a pick, and this is why you see he's become the trumpet blower of this network. But there seems to still be a distraction yet, and I want also. But let me just go to Liberal. Maybe there's a specific thing in his folder that he's considering yet this event. The Liberal, what are you hearing? What is happening out there?
Oh, thank you, Mr. So. I think. What I suspect is that ANC is allowing the media or the social media to drive their agenda. It seems to me. I'm not too sure. I could be wrong, but they seem to be behind the curveball, whereas the social media and every other pontificator they're pronouncing and announcing who ANC gonna have and everybody else before ANC will even open their mouth. And in fact, they're going so far to create some sort of destabilization process is going on in ANC, I would say, by the media trying to have these unconfirmed report and making it an announcement as though my inside sources and what have you. As a result, ANC people who are charged with any of these conversations, they are now jittery in their approach to other people, perhaps thinking, oh, maybe if we go talk to the person, they will make a phone call. And as a result, they are not having a serious conversation. And so this is not good for our democracy. I think those political leaders who have sacrificed themselves, sacrificed their family, sacrificing their finances, and decide to be at the forefront, let them run the thing. When they make that announcement, then we can come out here and try to analyze their process. But for us to take the lead on this, whereas we're not spending 1 cent we're not spending. We sit down here, finish eating heavy kesala leader, finish eating heavy palm butter. We're not even Liberia for the sun to be beating us. Then we're telling them ANC doing this. I'm tired of that. I'm very, very sick of it. If they're trying to run campaign for other people, that's fine. But let's give these people the respect. Let's give these leadership the respect. Let them do their job. And when they do it, we can criticize. But there's this whole debate after finish swallowing heavy kesali, geba, and then you can't sit there and say they are TV personality. I got news. I will be going on 5 minutes. That are heavy food you're finished eating. You sit down. You're saying you ain't able to go to the library and make serious contribution. Let these people run the thing. We will criticize, but we must do so with responsibility. We can't come out every day. Oh, the people talk to the one year. That person talk. I'm getting sick of it.
You don't?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's turn the wheel. Let's flip the wheel. Of course, Alexander Kuyagate, good evening. Welcome. Mr. James King, Mosaic Tangat, good evening. Welcome. So let me turn to Jones, public relations expert. What is the danger involved with this sort of delay? Now, they can't easily call a press conference now. The kind of press conference, what people want to hear now, who is the running mate? The speculations, the apprehensions. We're saying Charlene now being showcased on other network. Part of that is a strategy to test the reactions of the electors, the Liberian people, and all of that. But there are some other political consequences. You, as an institution, when you cannot take definitive positions, I mean, good evening, welcome. That becomes a problem. As a result, the monger range, the innuendos, the subliminal messages, the falsehood, by some commentators to sit down and pull in the strings and stress from all over. And what they are trying to do now to dump everything because someone or somebody is failing to decide. We saw it way by a couple of months. It was a huge committee established. And I thought, because I talked to one of the vice chair, and they said they were surprised. That committee did not do her due diligence until he Comey himself decided to foot in there and see things happening. And one could possibly believe they are seeing what is happening right now. What is the danger in this involved with what is happening within ANC? Other people may say, well, these people they're not even prepared. They don't have nobody. So in the world of public relation context, to disseminate your message, to get your message to be refined, is there the danger involved in what is ANC is doing or what is happening right now, Jones?
Yes, there are three danger involved right now. You see, a time when some of the institutions are now up to tax, are now up to the speed, are now up to their social, economic, and political obligation. Now they give the media a chance to set the agenda for them in many ways. Don't forget the mass media and the news they refer to as the fourth estate. And the third estate is the judiciary branch in government. So if I, as ANC, continue to lob it around, don't forget, there are so many different type of media institutions right now. ANC has got its own media institution that promulgate its information. They have the neutral party that carry information as well. They have the Liberal Party that try to balance between the negative and the positive. So there are whole sort of them up there going right now. But to address your question, the more the delay, the more activating it becomes for the media. The more the media start to speculate with unconfirmed sources, the more the media start to make some projection as it relates to the particular event. So this is what make the media the media. This is what make a responsible media to always come out and say unconfirmed sources or according to this reliable sources. It's a normal practice. It's been on for thousands of years and will continue. So if you want to slow down that pace of the fourth estate, just come out to do due diligence to your agenda as an institution, then now the media will be forced to take another direction. Assuming Kumi had announced his VP long ago, we will not be talking these things. We will be analyzing the future of that candidate.
So let me hold you there.
Uh-huh.
Let me hold you there, and then the Liberal will come in.
Yeah.
Because we want to look at the critical components of the effect, the aftermath, the consequences. We want to look at these critically. Is an equilibrium to the point as they are killing the substance of their message? Because when we all begin to speculate, and so news is something that is happening concurrently. Now, nothing is happening. We are speculating. We are anxious. Ambassador Boyka already got his pick. The president already. And the third guy who is seeking the higher office, who may be one of the competitors, has not. So are they killing the substance of the talking point that the media should get hold of if need that person and we begin to profile the person? What are they doing?
Oh, the answer is no. In communication, suspense is something good in communication. So it will still be, because for us,
alive.
Yes, for us, whether it come on next year or whatsoever it still make a news for us. It still put us in the mood of analyzing the issue. All right. But for them, they are administrative institution and a political institution. So they are working within a time frame.
So
we cannot go beyond their time frame. We can only speculate and make some analytical suggestions. That's all we can do. But whatsoever the announcement comes, it becomes news for the fourth media. That's the good part about it.
Well, from what I'm hearing now, there seems to be a divided junction now. You heard the Liberal, he's sick and tired, and they do this, they do that, and all of that. So there seems to be a divided nation. Let me insert the Liberal into this.
No. Before the Liberal come in, the Liberal is making his analysis on the basis that he is an administrator. I'm not thinking he's making an analysis on the basis of the press.
Administrator for who?
Oh, an administrator will always feel that there's a lot of delays going on. But the press will always feel that the delay is part of their progression to make their own analysis as they go forward. So the Liberal is thinking as an administrator. And most time, media administrator worry on delays. Okay? But the press secretary don't worry on delays because we have an item agenda to analyze day by day. So the more you delay, the more active it becomes for us.
Okay. My head not saying anybody more. Nobody here saying more. The Liberal Progressive. Let me just bring you here. Those are your own words that I'm trying to use here this evening. So who are you? What is it expression of your tone? We all must be held accountable. You say, I'm sick. You speak as an administrator? Are you speaking as a supporter of the ambassador, who also have the right to know who your opponents, so that you can adequately be prepared to go whichever way you can go to define that person? What is the signal? Sick of what?
Mr. So, look, let's take a step back a little bit. We all like to have a breaking news. We all like to analyze breaking news. But when we go outside of that framework as a media institution, and we take a breaking news, but then we start to interject our own personal feelings, our own personal beliefs, and then we start going after those who are the newsmakers. We start going after them personally. Then you're no longer a journalist. And this is my point, because when you listen to other people, they're making it sound like ANC are dead on arrival. They make it sound like ANC and its leadership is incapable of making sound decisions that will affect the Liberian people, just strictly based on the one decisions to select a running mate. My point here is this. Yes, I like to interview many of these political leaders. I like for them to be on my show, for us to have conversation. But let us also understand, despite the fact that we all want to be involved and we want to have thousands and thousands of people listening to us and watching us, we have to be responsible. When you come on air, or before you come on air, and accuse other media institutions of lying, or they're afraid to ask questions, that then you, the leper or the lion, will ask that question that the people are afraid to ask questions. Then you're not taking it serious. Furthermore, if you hear, or for some reason you have heard that there's certain each situation that is happening, you can report that. But then to go beyond my sources and then say these people they're liar. They do this, they do that, they are this, they are that, without evidence whatsoever, inciting Liberians. Look, Mr. Soul, this microphone we have here, it's a double-edged sword, to be honest with you. And if some of us, if we are not have the ability to utilize this effectively, then we shouldn't be in this business. Because this microphone, and especially now with the social media with Facebook, you can use this microphone to incite, and people die from it. It has happened in Rwanda, where somebody sat behind the microphone and people were listening to that person on the radio. And as he was talking, they were going around killing based on the statement from that microphone. So the microphone that we use to send messages out there to our brothers and sisters must be utilized effectively, not only to educate, but to inform positively. Now you can do some negative informing, but to put yourself in the middle of it and say because ANC have not been able to announce who they are running mate, therefore, with that kind of therefore conclusion that ANC is unable to govern, jumping and making a leap, forget about Empire State Building, but making a leap from Air Force One, on top of Air Force One, 45,000 feet, and you expect to survive. This is unacceptable. If you're going to classify yourself to be the mouthpiece of political gotcha or a political henchman, say so, and people will know who you are. But you cannot pretend to be someone who's bringing news for our people, for the consumption of the public, and then on the other hand, you're coming in not only disputing what is happening, but that you say you have fact, no fact to prove, but you come out and castigate and insult people behind the microphone. This is what I'm talking about. The media has the responsibility. The media must come out and inform the people. The media also should be able to look into something that is wrong or right and publish it. They shouldn't pick side. But many of these people that are behind these microphones are picking sides. I'm one of those. But when I pick sides. I've always do it with responsibility, I believe. Because when I pick side, and if my side have done something that is not right, that I see is not right, I will say so. And this is what the frustration or the issue of me getting sick and tired of people going after ANC because they're not able to produce running mate at this time, which has not much involved, because producing running mate doesn't make them to give them policy that will affect the Liberian people life or what have you.
Okay, what a conversation here this evening, guys. We are going to be in we're going to be shipping. We're going to be learning to take. I began to receive some images and videos. Friends of other people, they're going to they are willing now to advertise, and hopefully at some point in time. And to you that are listening out there as well,
Mr. So let me just make this one announcement. My sister is watching, Josephine Cry is watching, Song Cry is watching. We say, welcome, sister. Thank you for watching. These are people I gotta be nice to them. When I go to Philadelphia, like Black and even Kesali. So let me be nice to them.
He knows where I'm gonna come. So I think the August strip that the groundwork you laying down, sort of about
exactly. So when I go there, I will get good place to sleep. I will get good food to eat.
This guy, when he goes to Philadelphia, you know what, Jones, he would take a whole suitcase with boning. So the last time he did how do you call it? Say, what was that? Where they open your boning suitcase?
Don't worry about it. Don't go ahead.
Okay. Hey, Josephine, good evening. Welcome. Okay, we're going to be taking a break, but we are in the process to dissect some diversity and create some more involvement into this network. Well, I came from the family background, nieces and other folks that are also in this business. And quite interestingly, I saw what they are doing. And they will be appearing on this network. We have come to that conclusion. Let me put a flyer up here, and we're going to see then. Sister Plays podcast. The two sisters. You know them, Sarah Simon Hatawalt and Joretta S. Conley. These are my two beautiful nieces right here, one in Miles and the other one's here in Rhode Island. They call themselves Sister Please Podcast. They are the hosts of Sister Please Podcast, and their podcast is aired on this Spotify network. But let's get a taste of what they are doing. It's going to be quite interesting. These are two Liberians born here, Sampusan, two Liberians. Let's take a look. If you on Spotify, you can also follow them. And hopefully we're going to be sharing some of their content here, and they are doing an extraordinary job. Next Friday, they're going to be appearing right here on Liberia Public Radio. I am Afonso Zienso.
But the reality for a lot of us today is that as a Black family, when you're upwardly mobile and live an upper middle class lifestyle, it often means that we're the only ones in majority white spaces. And sometimes that upward mobility comes at the expense of our own psychological safety, sense of belonging, and fears about what it means for our Black children and their, sense of self. Hi, I'm Sada, one of your co-hosts of the Sis Please podcast.
And I'm Joretta, the other half of the Sis Please podcast. Thank you so much for joining us. So, sis, what's up?
I'm good, just hanging in there. It's funny because for the past few weeks, I've been doing a self-imposed Amazon moratorium. Like, I can't buy anything unless it's essential. And the reason I did this was because I'm doing this way.
Okay, the Sarah and Joretta, they're going to be joining me here next Friday. Sis Please Podcast. You can get that on YouTube. We're going to be having a conversation here. And it's quite interesting, some of the things they are discussing. I believe something. Those are two kids of Orita. Yes. Sarah is a married woman, seasoned veteran journalist, great writer. Joretta there in Teddy's, Harvard graduate, great, smart. They're going to be here. We're going to be having this conversation back home from here. So you heard the narrative provided by the Liberal Progressive, Jones. Where is the public relations team? And I understand where the Liberal is coming from, but the Liberal too must also understand we are in a consequential time. It is election time. Somebody got to do something to inflict political pain and diminish the ability of the other persons to excel. That's exactly what is happening. So you will see all of these people on media outlet, but their involvement, what are they doing? Are they propagandists? Are they, what is their role? So you need to have a contingency plan with these conspiracy or whatever information coming out to be able to debunk and fight back. Where is the public relation team of the ANC? Are they doing enough if it is existent, Jones?
Well, I would not want to conclude whether they're doing enough or not. But the only thing I would like to inform our platform is that there's a difference between the public relations and journalism. And if I just want to take you a little back, you see, at the White House, they have the director of communication. He's the chief administrator for the media in the White House. And you have the press secretary. The press secretary work on what I call an agenda item. That is to inform the press and receive information and digest it. And in the background, the director of communication, after all the presentation, he has the team. And the administrative aspect is to discuss the pro and the con. Yes. So what I'm driving out here is that the fourth estate, as far as I'm concerned, it is doing its job perfectly. Yes. And the more responsible fourth estate will always allege if they don't have the facts. Yes. And members of the fourth estate have got the obligation, the media obligation to provide their opinion on issues. And providing your opinion on the issue, you can be for or against. And let us not also forget, all the political institutions have got their media section. And the information they carry there can be propaganda. And it is for their followers and the rest of us. But let's bring our platform home. For this platform, our objective is to set the agenda and provide information based on facts. And if you don't have the facts, then you will have to quote sources or refer to sources or according to sources. Then you want to be a media responsible representative because you don't want to lie here. Lie is against the profession. But you have all the right to infuse your opinion, and you have that right to do it. And you can be held responsible for your opinion. But when it comes to, like, for instance, what's happening to ANC, the ANC issue is now developing into what I call speculation. And the media will always speculate because even the media team of the political party, they associate with the non-media team of that political party. You see? So when you jump into a conclusion, we'll hold you responsible to provide the evidence. But as far as I'm concerned, from what I have seen from the Vera platform, I think the media is doing pretty well. The media have not crucified anybody on this. The media agents have always given their opinion on how they feel about certain things. And that is completely different from their analysis.
So let me hold you there. If there's a workable strategy on the part of the ANC, because by then holding on to this thing to their chest, we sit here, we are having a conversation. This is a free airtime. By just talking, it's a free airtime for them to tell them they, as a political institution, they are still alive and well. So that could be a deliberate act by them by holding this here. And like we want to talk about it, the more it stays, the more their news is in a cycle. If that is the case, what do they need to do? We have 10 days to go. To change this narrative, not just only naming the running mate. What sort of plans, what sort of contingency now should they execute to make it well explosive so that it becomes reality to say, okay, now we see the reason why ANC was holding this thing to their chest. Now we see the reasons why ANC was taking her time, because with this that we are seeing is phenomenal, it's unbelievable, and this is eye-catching that could be something to reckon with. So, liberal, from all indication, what we are hearing is inconclusive, and I can say that here to confirm. But by showcasing Charlene Bronsky, Councilor Charlene Bronsky, making her to get used to media, telling her story, that itself is to our quality to what potentially the ANC going to be doing. If she is to be named as the running mate to Elizana Benedict Cummings, remember that's the homeland of Senator Nyambri Kanga Lawrence, and this is where the hands of Joseph Boyka were lifted. How can the ANC surpass what the Unity Party have done in order to kind of boost and become more or less people to steal the show from Unity Party? What sort of mobilization do they need to do?
Well, I think what ANC, I'm saying, I'm not too sure because I don't know about what they're gonna do. But what I think ANC perhaps need to do is be themselves and assume the role of ANC and be it ANC, whatever it is ANC is capable of doing. Do not pick a running mate because you want to offshore or outclass the other a group because they did whatever they did. Because if you try to do that and things say you want the momentum because of all get the momentum by all means necessary, then I think you might miss the book. And I might be wrong here again.
What are you? Let me not to interrupt you. Are you saying be yourself, call ordinary press conference, 2, 3, 4% behind you? Nobody needs to go to Buchanan. They don't need to have create the massive preparations. Is that what you're saying?
No, far from it. ANC, what I'm saying is, if they're trying to pick a running mate because they want to somehow have the same type of and the same quality and whatever it is trying to have, it's a competition, I agree. But to do it because of someone else's have done it and therefore you want to show something, then I think you're missing the boat. But if you do it because of what your supporters are claiming for, you do it because of your supporters are hoping that you will do the same, because those are the people that will have the energy to go out and canvass for you. To go, those are the foot soldiers of ANC. They must be happy. Don't do it because the media think you're doing the right thing. Do it because the supporters, those who are in the trenches, will be on board with you. They shouldn't question when you do that. Because if you have serious consultation with these people, the foot soldiers, those who are going to be in the trenches for you, and not people who are sitting in America like myself and think say you're going to listen to us and we're going to tell you, so you do this here, this is what's going to happen, give us all kinds of speculations, which is fine. But I'm saying ANC, they should do it from the bottom of their hearts, which I believe they will, but they do it in consultation with their supporters, because these are people that will go out and campaign for you. And if they are not happy with whatever you're doing, they might go out to campaign, but they might not do it fully from the bottom of their hearts. And you don't want that. So
look,
basically what I'm saying, Mr. So, you asked me, how do they capture the momentum? If as though the momentum have been taken away from them, which I'm saying no, they still have the whatever momentum they have for themselves is there. Nothing gonna change. Nothing gonna change. But don't go and seize the opportunity to say I'm gonna do it and surpass this person. If you start doing things to surpass somebody else, that's surpassing people should only be done during the voting process. Let the voter do it for you to surpass somebody else. But your decision, specifically this time around, your decision should be done so that those who are going to sell your message, first of all, they're happy, And second, they believe in your message. And so when they go to sell the message that they believe in, it will be easy for them to sell it. And be easy for them to also convince those who are selling the message to.
I try to wrap my head around what you're saying, but a liberal is always a liberal.
Mr. So,
in the game of politics,
I am a political guru. Yeah, I take backseat to nobody.
Yeah, I'll take you off your word. Amos George, good evening, welcome. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Certified, the liberal, and the Matsundu, the blah, blah, blah,
No,
blah.
I said certified, they are supporters.
Good evening, Mr. Fu. Good evening, Mr. To. Good evening, Mr. Mali.
Yeah, and we're going to be, it's 9 o'clock. In the next 5 minutes, we're going to put a number out. That's welcome, Amos George. So, Mali, let me just bring you in here. Perhaps I'm missing the mark here because it's a competition. And what you want to do is to validate yourself as a competitor into what the race that is about to unfold. And part of that, media is accustomed to something that worth sharing with the public. And because we're going to be looking at different components, it has already delayed. The convention was a perfect venue now, and they took a strategic position, understandable. So now they got to do something that will capture the imaginations and that will want to stay within the immediate cycle, because that's what the news loves doing. Because when you go do something like, United Party set the bar with this whole boycott stuff, lifting his hand, all of that. That puts ANC on edge to do something similar or more in order to validate their political strength. And they got to show strength here. So before I go to Amos George, while he tried to settle down here, Jones are going to bring this here. Kume, he want to be a good competitor to Joseph Boyka. He wants to be president. Ambassador Boyka wants to be president. He stays in the news cycle. If they are to get Charlene from Grand Bassa County, it means they have to create some political fear, intimidation toward their main opponent, Ambassador Joseph Boyka, to say, yes, even though you got this daughter, you got Grand Bassa County daughter who happens to be a senator, but see what we have done. That creates a political uncertainty within the Unity Party column in terms of whatever numbers going to come out. The number not necessarily suggests that it can translate into vote. We will not know until those votes are cast. But you have to create that strength so that there can be a rivalry. So the question comes to you two. Should ANC just call the ordinary press conference and move away with it, or should they put a massive showing out?
Well, I just want to know a few things on this platform tonight. The ANC is now under obligations to follow our trend of analysis. Right. But trust me, there are so many ANC people that watch these shows, and it helps them navigate directly or indirectly for the political institution. It helps them a lot because we bring something to the fold that they cannot bring up. And it helped them to structure too. It also helped them in their decision making. But here's one thing that will continue to happen. Whether we like it or not, the more the delay on a political decision from any institution, the more the press will speculate. I just want to take that into consideration. It's a normal thing. It's been going on for thousands of years. The more you delay, the more we speculate, the more we analyze. And the issue of analysis is to make projection of the future, both negative and positive. So the ANC has got the prerogative to stay delayed as long as they want. We are not pushing it anywhere. But the more the delay, the more we will speculate. And trust me, they may have one of their point guys on all of the media platforms feeding the secretariat what LPR-TV is saying about the
ANC, man, yeah, you got ANC, man, yeah.
And so at the end of the day, I think ANC is just doing the right thing. We cannot force them to go beyond what they know what they're doing. They are behind the scene. They are doing administration right now. And I'm sure they have a press advisors. So what we will continue to do on this platform from time to time will be in 3 segments. We'll always speculate when things are delayed. And if you want to prevent the speculation, go ahead and make your announcement. And if you make an announcement, some of our speculation will fall in line with your announcement. And apart from that, I have never seen any platform where people lie about anybody. I have not come across that yet. Probably I can be educated on that. Apart from that, the delay, I think it gave us the urge to set more agenda as media practitioners. And in that event, we may quote sources, we may relate to sources, or we may say it is alleged because we don't have the facts. And the conclusion here is that whenever there's a breaking news, you will have to quote the source of the breaking news. You will have to analyze whether it's good or bad. So I think what ANC is doing, we need to give them the benefit of the doubt, let them do their administration and get back to us. But I just want the platform, all the platforms are not forcing ANC to do anything. But the delay will create more speculation for media institutions.
Yeah, so I'm not sure here, and that's quite, I mean, nobody going to take it. But before I go to Pat Joyce, yeah, you delay for a purpose. Are you just delaying for us to talk about it? I'm talking about the aftermath of the delay, the actions that will be perfected, the action that will be shown to also justify this is a legitimate reason for you to delay. That's why my focus is that something they need to do for us to or for ordinary people to validate their delay, or that is people shouldn't bother with that.
Okay, very good. If we should answer that question objectively, we'll be judgmental. Whether the delay is causing a factor, I think the delay should be in our interest as media personnel.
Okay. Let me bring in ANC Daha. Probably he will help us. I hope he shouldn't give me those same answers that he's noted of giving. Amos Joyce, good evening, welcome.
Thank you.
How far are we? I'm a Liberian. I need to know. I'm one of those many other been talking about. We need to know these the running mates so that we know who they are. Hopefully, to know what they are bringing to the table. Now, it is still unclear as to whether Charlene or where ANC is going to be doing. Today is what, 17? So what, 10 days to go?
Yeah.
Should ANC put a massive show out, mobilization, or to mobilize wise when they are making a VP pick?
Yeah.
That should outrun Unity Party, because you want to create a competition. That's not Fanny Raw thing we are talking about here, guys. We're not talking about going to Fanny Raw and somebody going to be crying. Public opinions, public analysis also important because it creates uncertainty and creates more dialogue and conversation with the political discourse that will bring it to a higher height. So you are an ANC guy. Let's profess you are providing counsel to Alexander Benedict Cummings or even the organizing committee. How should they go about? What do they need to do to allow their name to stay within the immediate corridor?
Okay, let me say this. They have said that already. Mr. Wisner was on one of the local stations on Monday, and he said that they are mobilizing, and the country in which whoever will be chosen is in that country they're going to make the pronouncement, and they are now galvanizing everything to make sure the program is a success. So, really, for me, I don't need to talk about it to say my advice. They have spoken about it openly. That would be a massive turnout. Because here's the thing here. Sometimes we're coming, so I think one time Mr. Cummings came from abroad, he went, and there was a massive turnout. That's quite a crowd. You went last week in Ganta. You saw the people that turned up. They're not talking about crowd business now. What they're talking about now is the vice presidential pick. Or they can't find anybody. I can tell you, as where I'm sitting, the person had already been picked, deal, seal, everything. I can tell you. So what
I defy you to tell us right now.
that's not my business. That's what I can tell you. From my end,
The same thing I was talking about you now.
from my end, I can tell you the deal is sealed up. It left with the authority on that day to make the pronouncement. What we see here is part of our job, speculation. And thank God, we still got the ANC in the news. That's one good thing. We still talking about Mr. Comey. We still talking about the ANC. Good. That's what we want. That's what we want, to continue to talk. I heard people say, oh, it was not done at the convention. Yes, there was a strategic reason for that. Not that the person was not blown, but there was a reason. One, they not want to share the space. That is the news, the public space with the Unity Party. Let it drive the narrative. Now it's going down. We're now going to launch. That is the strategy.
Are you going for that lunch?
No, I'm not going.
Why?
I mean, I got some other thing to do. I can't make it now.
Oh, okay. I'm just curious to
But
know. Okay.
I'm here talking about the ANC, so it's part of my contribution.
The Liberal can't even ask you that question because he didn't go to Grand Ambassador, so he would never ask you that question. But for me, I'm a Liberal to ask this question.
Well, is anybody right to ask me? And I would say, I would just
I'm
say,
just going to say he can.
Mr. So, let me.
Okay, how you going to fire back?
Let me say this here before you go to the audience, please, if you don't mind. And that is,
hold on 1 second.
I think ANC, if you want to stretch this thing, I'm going to come out of my shell of a peacemaker now and get back into the liberal mode. If you want to stretch this thing here, ANC had won the day. ANC planted a coup, and the coup was successful. Now, let me be ridiculous. Let me make my statement, please. ANC, if I want to be ridiculous, ANC went out and was supposed to name, they didn't name, and because of that, the interest of the public in ANC has now gone over the roof. ANC is going to be the topic of the subject matter of any media practitioner or media institution in Liberia until ANC select their running mate. So if there is anything that you will consider that ANC were planning a coup, they were successful, masterfully successful. So I think those of us who thought, oh, ANC, they won the day and they were successful because we're talking about them. And like you always say, it's a politics. The more your name is out there, it's better it is. So I think ANC has won.
So let me say.
Achimo Pajoy, Achimo say he's willing to buy your ticket to go. Let me go to the caller here and then you're going to end your point.
Okay, Achimo know how to reach me, so he can just put it. Okay, Achimo, I'll call you.
Okay,
so I can get it back next week.
Caller, are you there? Hello? I'm not hearing you. Hello? Yeah, but hold on 1 second. What's going on here? Yeah, go ahead. Let's see. There's something guy here. Anytime he, why I'm not getting the audio? Wait, hold on 1 second, guys. Okay, are you there? Let me see. Hello? Something not going right here. Something not. Hello, are you there? Why is it not going? Caller, are you there? Are you guys hearing me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, but I'm not getting the volume here. Hold on.
Of course not.
Yeah, this guy.
The cartel is at work.
Yeah.
Until you recognize the cartel tonight and say this is a proper and genuine cartel, and none that your speculation calling it Walmart cartel. Just say so, and your thing will start working.
Guys, let me do adjustment. Liberal, can you put your number out, please?
Of course. The liberal has won. The cartel has won.
Yeah. The liberal malnourished cartel here. Let me see. Yeah, let me do some adjustment here. I'm not sure what's happening.
Okay, put my number up.
Okay. Yep. Let me see here. You won't remember I don't know why. Elvis, just hold on. I'm gonna be putting a new number out there. Liberal, wait, 916
533-2048.
533.
Oh, we can do this, Alfonso. Let me just do this. Hold on 1 minute.
You can I think you can make some alteration from your end there. Guys, please, I'm not sure why is it not something very unusual.
It's on. They
Okay,
can
guys, just call that number there. In the meantime, for some reason, I'm not sure why. Oh, the volume down. Okay, call that number, and you can still try my number. Elvis, you can call. And Mikey, you can call the 916 number. Let's see. For some reason, you let my volume down. Go ahead. Yeah. Okay. Pa George, I think you will carry on. Wow.
Mr. Soul's caller is on the line.
Okay.
Good evening.
Yeah. Good evening. Welcome to the show.
I'm happy tonight.
Hey,
I'm happy that I took over the first call for LV. Hi to everybody.
All right. What? You said the what?
He took your first caller from Evan tonight.
Okay, let's hear you first caller.
The last time I listened to Evan, he said, even we the CDC people, we ensure problem because what happened with GMB camp, the momentum high for them. I was laughing at it. I said, God, I wish I could just overtake the brother. But yeah, I am today. This is not Gemma calling you guys from Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Hi to everybody. Well, I've been following this show, and I want to say that there's one thing on my mind. I just want to stress out here, because this platform is our platform, and people come here, they listen to the truth, and they understand what's going on. So, whenever we appear here, we find it as a privilege to have this time. Since it's all things considered, I just want to say one thing. Many a time I listen to opposition people saying that we don't want to attack opposition people. We should, get our attack towards George Weah. The thing here is that Liberia is a multi-party democratic country. People.
Go ahead. Trying to merge this call to on.
That's you.
Yeah.
Having said that, I just want to say that I was disappointed because I've been following the ANC, especially by George. He's been really, really defending the ANC, speaking everything about them. But my problem here is that the ANC came out and said that they're going to announce their running mate. When you have the whole entire country, in fact, the whole entire world listening to you, and then you come up with that kind of flimsy excuse that, you couldn't announce it because people injected the running mate should be announced in the county. I think that was a poor planning. That was a poor planning. And before I go, I just want to ask Pastor one question. All the schools that have been conducted, or all the social media interaction concerning Mr. Comey, have you ever sat down to think, why is it that Mr. Comey is not really selling out there? Especially when it comes to the history of corporation and stuff like that. What's really going on? And lastly, I want to speak to my bungalow folks. We shouldn't attack UP or ANC people. Let's go into the inbox and talk to them. If they don't want UP, they should come to us. We shouldn't attack them because they look at us to be the small face in the palm. We shouldn't attack them. Let's go in the inbox. Carry the campaign there.
So, only Joy, we are your attack.
What?
I said, as only George, we are with the tag, right?
Yeah, we only with our visa, political visa will be here towards George we are. Yeah, if you people, I think you people and ANC people having problems, we gotta go in the inboxes and tell them, you know, if you don't want UP, you come to us because Gonglo is the man. Yeah, that's all we want.
Okay.
Okay, I have another caller on there. Thank you. Another caller on there. Kotu, are you there?
Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm there. So how you doing? Are you hearing me?
Yeah, but I think you're driving.
Yes.
Okay, so there's no way you can pull over.
Is having problem with sound?
No, but driving and having conversation don't match. So, but anyhow, do it quick.
Hey, Audible, go ahead. Oh, yeah.
Right.
Don't worry, I'm in control.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, fellow panelists, and
Hold on 1 second, since one,
so
two.
again, I be part of this wonderful show, and I want to say hi to our Nigerian people out there and our many listeners here in Far and near. What I want to say is this, you know, I think our brothers and sisters from the ANC are just trying to follow the full step of the Unity Party. And then I wonder, if you want to follow somebody in that manner, why can't you just join with the person and do likewise and work along with the person? Because I see what they are doing. They're waiting every time Unity Party does something, it's what they want to do. And I don't know whether it is the way of getting popularity or it is a way that they are learning. But I think it would have been better that we have been saying from the outset that since you want to learn from somebody, you work along with the person and learn from them. But I think that they're still learning, and which is not bad. Which is not bad. The only thing is that it would have been better. I come in with Mata and learning that person that to say he wants to be on his own and say I want to be practicing what the people are doing. So for me, that's what I see about it. Because if I don't want to, if I can say my nephew can say, God say, can I eat? And he say, put my own in my hand. That's what they have done that. They had the whole opportunity to come and sit here. You say, no, you don't want it. Then you follow the fucking footsteps. If you start following somebody footsteps and say, it means that you admire certain things about the person, you want to be like them, or you want to be past them, or you appreciate what they are doing. So this, that's what it is. You know, but I tell our ANC brothers and sisters, they should start there, you know. I tell them I see the other parties that I see, but this is where they are antagonizing rather than promoting themselves. So let's promote and, you know, do better than to always be antagonizing and come back and do the same thing that you antagonize on our own. So I just wanted to add this to you guys tonight, and maybe I'll call back later. I may have other info to me. Thank you. Have a blessed day.
All right. Let me see here whether my line is working here. I have two persons on the line here. 612, are you there?
Yeah, I'm down.
612, are you on the line? Yeah. The other trouble here tonight.
You want me to take the other call?
Yeah, take it. Guys, please call something number. I'm not sure something. I'm not sure what is happening.
Caller, you gotta lower your monitor though, caller.
Hello?
Guys, call something number, please.
Yes,
I'm not
go
sure
ahead.
what's happening.
This is Prosper Terry calling from Des Moines, Iowa.
Okay, go ahead. Mr. So is listening to you.
Hey, Pros, how are you? Good evening. Welcome. Aaron, do you want to call something to a number? I'm not sure what happened with the number.
I'm good. I'm very good.
Good.
First, I would like to for having a wonderful platform that is very much balanced, fair, and responsible. You guys discuss the issue. That's why I'm always here to learn
and just enjoy the discussion because of the maturity, the discussion. I decided to call tonight to talk to Pat George. Since he close to the ANC, he should do all to invite the ANC hierarchy to not take Charlie Brunson as a VP because they're going to experience a massive defeat if they do pick up. The major reason I think is he's very new to the political scene in Liberia.
Yeah, Fango.
Hold on 1 second. Yeah, hold on. Somebody is on. Let the person finish.
Okay.
Go ahead, Terry. Yeah, Terry, go ahead. No, you, Terry. Go ahead.
Yeah,
I should go ahead.
I say, hold on, 267.
So now
Somebody
you
is
let
on
me
the line.
finish.
Okay, Alfonso.
She's educated. I think she's well to do as an individual. But when it comes to Liberia politics, she's new to the scene. We should not fool Mr. Kumi to make him think that she can make an impact. She cannot make an impact better than Jumbly. She cannot make an impact better than DeLong. She cannot make an impact better than any other person that have been in the race before her. If her father did not make an impact to win election, what more about her, who had never participated or for any governmental position or run for any seat? That would be a huge minus. We should not allow the American-based ANC people to make this document to. Hello?
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Conclude, then we'll go to the next people. Guys on my line, just
yeah, you should not allow the American-based ANC group to make Mr. Kumi to take her. She's not going to be an other advantage.
Thank you.
That's what I have to say. Thank you.
Mr. So I got one more person on there before. Can you take that? There's one more person that came before your call. So
go that. Aaron in the 267, please hold on. Yeah,
go ahead.
Go ahead, Samson.
Go ahead. Caller, go ahead. 267-776. Go ahead. Okay, Alfonso, go ahead, take a call.
That's it. Is that the same number? Yeah. 267-5983. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, Alfonso.
Okay, go ahead. I have my button muted here, and this guy, that's a liberal data.
I should go ahead?
Yeah, let's hear from you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you to Radio, Liberia Public Radio Panelists. You see, as I said way back to something, to my old man and my dear brother-in-law, Alfonso and Mr. To, I said this in 2021 and 2022, that the chances that was given to Mr. Kumi, listening to Ellen Johnson Sirleaf today, where is Mr. Kumi? By choosing Ellen will not make Mr. Kumi to win in Liberia. He had a very good chance with Omen Boakai that the Liberian people were yearning for leadership, yearning for the opposition leadership with CPP. Where are we today, Mr. Kumi? And people, the greatest speakers, people that don't want to tell the truth. They don't want to tell Alexander Cummings the truth. People are just eating Alexander Cummings' money. The hard work, Mr. So and Mr. To, the hard work that all of us came in this country to do. It was opportune to go up there and climb the ladders step by step. Why are the people who eat ANC are fooling this man today? Presidency, you have to work, you have to climb the ladders like the same way you climb the ladder in this country. He came here, he went to school, he got good education, he got good vision for Liberia, but he sat down there. At least Johnson Sirleaf or Mr. Belende Kumi, a very good gentleman, fool him I don't know what better. I want you people, we Liberians, should ask this question to Ellen. Since she's still living, what better Baka did to her? Don't ask the question.
All right, let's go
to. Thank you very much, man. I should not be on the line for long.
Yeah.
But you should ask that question one day. What did Baka do to Ellen? What did Baka do to Ellen? Let her answer it. Thank you, Mr. So.
Thank you so much. I hope I had that opportunity. Let's go to Atlanta, Georgia, where Aaron, soccer legend, is standing by. Aaron, good evening.
How you doing, Mr. So?
Yeah.
How you guys doing?
Good. The Liberal
Mr.
refused
So
to pick up your
take
phone.
my call. I know you're not going to take my call for that environment.
Yeah, the man refused your call, but
I just want to weigh in on. I just wanted to weigh in on the opposition.
Right. Let's hear from you.
Conversation today. Look, Unity Party people crying wolf now. I don't know why are they crying wolf. Okay? Look, let them leave comments alone. Whosoever comment wants to appoint or pick as his running mate, let come and pick that person. Why they worry about coming? If coming don't have a chance, let them know it's coming. You know, we the situation, we just sitting back and just laughing at them. Because, the question is, the reason why they're worried about coming is so, let me tell you guys. The reason why Unity Party is worried about coming, because the weight that Charlene Bronson got in Basel, Youngly does not have that weight in Basel. Remember, the weight that Charlene Bronson got in Basel, Youngly does not have that weight in Basel. So that's why Unity Party is worried. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. So you got somebody on the line, Mr. To?
No, I took my numbers off already. Let them all call.
All right, thank you so much. Let's go to this number here, 317 number 3190. Good evening, caller. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Roland Dennis, calling for Indianapolis.
Mr. Dennis, welcome to the show. Let's hear from you. What we're going wrong here?
Yeah, the thing that's going wrong is the ANC people are just crying all around. I don't know their problem.
Amen.
We have the big picture of it. Except this guy, George Weah, but there is Joseph Walker. The only thing that will make for the ANC people to win election in Liberia when Jesus Christ comes down. But for that, they should forget it.
Mr. Dennis.
They are not going nowhere.
Mr. Dennis.
They are not going nowhere today and tomorrow. Yes.
Mr. Dennis, how will you say when Jesus Christ comes down? You know very well Jesus Christ will not come down. So are you saying?
What I'm saying that is that because Jesus Christ will not come down judgment, which means that they will not win election in Liberia. They should forget it.
Oh my goodness.
They were having the opportunity to go with the Papi Bwaka, but they refused. But today, like Charlie Brodsky, who is Charlie Brodsky? She didn't get no weight in Liberian politics. It's just a waste of time.
Wow. Okay. Well, these views are views of
thank you, Mr. So, for your show.
Thank you so much. This is just plain narrative, playing in the hands of liberal progressive. Okay, let's go to 612 number 3168. Because this is where liberal, I don't know, Susayo, he started the thing from day one. Go on a boycott. We're going with now, so my people. Go ahead, 361 number.
Yeah, you getting me now, Mr. Sir?
Yeah, hearing you. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, I believe that politics is propaganda. All right, and the way in which you narrate the propaganda based upon your propagandist in your party will dictate how you become successful or you fail. And I think Mr. Cummings do not have a good propagandist running his show. Because you got to understand, the Cummings people came up with the propaganda on JMB that he's sleepy and he's old. That's a correct propaganda. But is it working for them? It's not. All right. It is in fact working for JMB. All right. Now people is bringing also propaganda about him, and they are saying, "Oh, it doesn't matter." If they don't look into it, it's going to have a problem for them. There's another propaganda on Mr. Cummings that he overlooked also, which is the gay thing. He has not fully explained it. Every time we talk about it, they say, oh, Mr. Cummings not a gay, he married, blah, blah, blah. But the problem is, are you addressing these major propagandas that have been risen up against you? Even the great United States of America, Donald Trump, there were propaganda against him. Joe Biden, there were propaganda. Propaganda is part of politics. It depends on whether if your team knows how to turn the propaganda in a favor or to change the course of the propaganda that will not resonate with the people for them to turn against you. And I think that is not working in Cummings' favor. And
thank you so much.
To rest on this, the Charlie Bromsky kick with Cummings blending is going to cause problems because there's a propaganda again that is highlighting
phone calls.
There is a propaganda again that is a new evidence highlighting Charlie Bromsky on the board. Cummings was. How do they change the narrative of these propaganda that are spread all over the place? How do they control it? George Weah propaganda was he was not educated. There were people that turned it in favor. The people say you will vote for him. You know he know both. You don't know both. Will vote for him. Charles Taylor propaganda was you kill our man, you kill our part. The people turn it in around.
Okay, Terry.
You know.
Thank you. Let's leave it there. Let's go to the next caller here. So thank you so much. 980. Thank you for being patient. 9806806. Good evening, caller.
Good evening. My name is Vasco Sumo.
Mr.
And I call from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Thank you for being thank you for being so patient. Let's hear you. Let's hear from you.
Yes. For me, I support the president, right?
Okay.
I'm a physician. But you know what? I don't blame the Unity Party people. I blame the Ghana Committee. Because the Unity Party was a party that was already there. It was based upon the CPP and the Ghana Committee, most especially, and then the ALP that brought the Unity Party back to life. Now the Unity Party set around and stopped the ANC. Today they are running propaganda against Arizona Commies. And what is happening for us in part of the ruling party? I mean, we just sit here and enjoy the movie. We just relaxing because these two people fighting, there's two groups fighting each other. And if you look at us right now, we everywhere. We all in the very country. Reaching our message while they're fighting each other on Facebook. And you understand? I mean, these people have all you gotta tell people are saying, oh, these parties just making law. There will be no way. Mr. Bata right now, the former vice president, he was in power 12 years, he read. John Yao won him, he only won local country. And we all know the politics that is playing in local country and the politics that is playing in Lima country as we speak. It calls for the government to spend all that small cash to see. You see what happening in Lima right now? Once the government gets the government might likely win local country this election and win Lima country, even with all the pre-judging going against us. Because the politics that is different. So instead of these people coming together to come with a strong force, they just fighting each other.
Okay. So quickly, Smooth, do you want them to come together to get CDC out? Is that what you're suggesting or what?
No, I mean, they can't get us out, but I mean, the election is going to be competitive. Because what we're looking at right now, we might win them first round. We might win them first round. Look at the two parties. Look at Great Bastard right now. If this girl get into the race with Comey, tell me, the voting Great Bastard will be divided.
Thank you so much.
Say Gongo there, Jeremiah Kuhn, and CDC got a lot of, they clean all around the MRD. All the guys around of Prince Johnson will grab all of this. So imagine, you see the politics?
Thank you so much.
It's going to be difficult. Thank you.
Thank you so much for participating. Okay, guys, in the last 20 minutes, I think the phone calls should be okay now. Dr. George Toto, good evening. I believe you're back on the soil. I welcome. I hopefully in subsequent program we'll get an in-depth of your experience and some of the things that we need to know. Gentlemen, while we're here, Why would people say Alexander coming unless Jesus Christ comes down, knowing that Jesus is not going to come here? All of these talking point argument validate Marley Jones, Amos George, validate and makes the liberal to be proud to say, this is what I said a long time. Go on a boycott, go on a boycott. Day one, and I give this credit to the liberals. And I'm finding it very difficult why I should credit this guy, because he's going to turn this coin around and flip it right in my face. But I'm a truthful guy, not as compared to him. He is unstable here.
Why you think you untruthful? They boom catch you and Amos George now you're confessing now that
No, he catch you myself
because finish catching you now you're confessing that
you have been very biased when it comes to this comment and bracketing. Let me say it to you, you've been very biased. Biased.
But the thing I say that what you're saying now.
Hi, George.
Yeah.
This whole thing here, is it fair to say this guy initiated this conspiracy, this sort of thing, yet? Because he said on the news outlet, he was just talking about Rwanda here. He said, Mali, this guy started this thing. By the time the whole thing, Kume, you will not win. Go all calm down. Go on a boycott. Go on a boycott. So apparently, maybe he was talking to Benana Uridan behind the scene. We have no idea. And guess what happened? You are not connected. That's the other word. You are not what? What you say, liberal? Connected?
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to say that?
Just go ahead. Go ahead. You're eating crow. You and Amos, you're eating crow.
I'm not eating crow. I just wait for me to tell the thing so I can respond to something to and those who call.
I don't understand. I want you to hold your peace. Marley Jones here will try to get to know who he is, where he stands. One day, voice sound like a coming guy. Another day, it sound like the progressive.
I've always been truthful.
Another time, nobody knows where. So, Jones, why is Alice Cummings? What is lacking in your mind following some of his activities? He's good at engaging media. He's very good at addressing, taking up questions. Getting us a good policies issue. What is lacking?
Well, I think from what I've heard from the callers, I think I'm beginning to sense the huge level of hypocrisy coming up now. And one of them is, Kumi should have gone with Joseph Boakai. It would have been a good ticket. What's the guarantee? And the second thing is, okay, Joe Boakai has picked one of the sons of Nima Kante, and therefore, what is the guarantee? So Kumi now is like, if for any reason Joseph Boakai loses this election, because Kumi did not go with him, you see. So I see now the people are beginning to build what I call this severe and systemic hypocrisy now in the political arena, and we need to be very mindful about that. In the first place, there have been problems with the opposition in court. The CPP went to court, a generator bar block. That was +1 for the CDC. Finally, the opposition got divided. That was +2. All right? The Boakai peak. It became more negative. It became +3. All right? And apart from that, even the Imbato Yomli Kanga had no constituent membership to help Joseph Boakai. Going there is being vindictive against Ability and ANC. Not that she's going there with a clear mind. No. All right? She want to pay back. And accepting this provision censor result, where the opposition did not team up to fight it, and Jowia signed a provision result, that was a plus for this guy. So I don't want for Kumi to be put up there in court, now things are going wrong because Kumi. No, things went wrong from day one. And there is no guarantee that the opposition going to resurrect itself from this whole scenario. Boakai is not going anywhere. Kumi is finding it difficult.
Hold on. You said what? Boakai is not going anywhere?
No, he's not going anywhere from two variables. he had got a wrong pick. Secondly, his team is not cohesive. Those are my two variables to tell you that Baka is not going anywhere.
We'll use gorilla glue to go.
Okay? The party is not cohesive, and he got a wrong pick, a surrogate of a warlord. Based on those two variables, Baka is not actually going anywhere. I rest my case.
Rest your case.
Mr. So.
Amos Joyce, I'm not calling your name. Will you hold your peace, please?
I know the liberal want to come in.
Let me say this. I heard most of the caller. The last time I asked Samson too. Samson too. You have heard all the Liberian person JMB and comments. The ANC comments made an offer to JMB. JMB never came back with a counter offer. I asked him, where can you tell me, Mr. Toole, that there was the offer that Mr. JMB made the comments to say, come and be my running mate, and Comey said no. I said, such thing was never done. But you come and sit on this platform to mislead the Liberian people. Comey should go run with JMB. He said, Comey should ask JMB. I said that would be an insult to Mr. Cummings or to any intelligent person to go to beg someone to be vice president to that person. And it's the same narrative they continue to push. Cummings should have gone and advise VP to JMB. If JMB wanted Cummings to be his VP pick, why didn't he call Cummings? But they expect that Mr. Cummings should go and beg JMB to be VP pick. And that is the dishonesty I'm talking about these people. Wherever you saw someone go to beg someone to be a VP pick. But they come and say this, and Mali was saying, so when something goes wrong, they say, oh, that was Mr. Cummings because he didn't want to work with JMB.
Yes.
But where is anybody from JMB, Anthony Kessler, on this program with Samson Toole? Did Anthony Kessler ever mention to you that JMB asked Mr. Cummings to run to be his running mate? No. But all to say, Cummings now, they expect me to go and ask JMB to be his running mate. And Mr. Cummings came into this thing. He had been on this platform before. He said, if you think that is right, okay, go. So I don't know. This narrative is to stop. Secondly, they talk about someone said Charlene Bronski. She didn't know Liberian politics. You know, I'm telling Liberian people, many of them have a very short memory. 2017, I was in Liberia. Charlene Bronski, I think, was some head of her father's campaign. 2017. Charlene Bronski was in that campaign for it. You know, this woman lived in Liberia. She had been in politics. I saw her 2017. I was in, and they came to intellectual shop, a place right in Fiamma, and I was sitting right there. She and her father, they came there to address the intellectual forum. How can you tell me that this young lady doesn't know anything about Liberian politics? This is why I say when people, two things here is going on. I think some of the money people got some amnesia about Charlene. I think they're afraid of her. In politics, and that's what people do. To come, oh, she ain't know nothing about Liberian politics. Someone who living in the country more than you have left the country, working there, teaching, and actually involved in the politics that they don't know. So I don't know the yardstick they use to define people, and this person doesn't know Liberian politics. Third is the gay issue. On this platform, Mr. Cummings addressed that gay issue. Even Samson Toole was in Sacramento when Mr. Cummings addressed the issue. Even someone came out to ask a question, and the people wanted to stop the man. He said, no, let the man ask his question. So I don't know where our people can be when these things are going on, but they come to speak something that they don't even listen to the person talking. They live in their own world, that when they come on the platform, they say, oh, the man had not addressed the issue. How many times the man should address this issue? He had addressed the issue in the open. Samson Toole is a living witness. He was in that convention.
So, all right, let's bring in
what I see happening here. These people probably, I think they got some fear about Charlene coming into this race if Mr. Cummings do pick her, because this is what I see they're doing. they want to try to define, oh, she don't know Liberian politics. Someone born in Liberia. They had 2017, I saw her. That when I met her. From that time, and she had been involved with the party, with her father with the party, and she's living in Liberia all those years. So how can you say the person doesn't know Liberian politics? Come on, man. Let us be serious. But let me just know. I know this is a good thing that we still talking about Mr. Cummings and the ANC. We keep the narrative going.
Keep the narrative going. And the Liberal Progressive, the soundbite, the red meat being thrown at you here. Let's hear from you.
No, it's not red meat. Just that's the fair truth. He said it.
Okay. Let's
if he didn't say I'm making it, then you could say okay, but he said it. They on tape.
What a tape. Show me the clip.
I'll go to Liberian Popular Radio.
Mr. Soul, look, let me thank both of you and again for bringing this subject matter. I thought we were done with it. But look, honestly, and seriously, I think what the comment that I was making then and I was making a few months ago was that Comey has, and I will say again, I've been saying it over and over, Comey does have a real political leadership ability. Comey is a good leader. Comey is much more a good leader than any other political leader in Liberia. I would say that much. My problem with Comey was, and he's told us this, that he's not connected. Now, why would they, if he was connected, why would they be selling the tape I played here day before yesterday? It just came up. But that's besides the point. Comey, I said it and I will say it again, Comey went into this whole collaborating political party business with trust and not verifying. For getting to know that Liberian politicians are some of the deadliest politicians in the world. They'll be laughing at you and stabbing you in the back. And we saw the example where they were inviting Comey while they were trying to crown Ambassador Bakai. Why would you invite someone who also is seeking the standard bearership for the CPP? That was the first place. But my point here is this, Mr. Soul. The reason I was saying that Comey should go on Ambassador Bakai, there are two or three factors involved. Number one, after the first 1 or 2 years, Ambassador Bakai, let me say this again. I'm not God to say I know when something gonna happen. No, but just fear, it's common sense. Within the next 2 years, Ambassador Bakai most likely will not be able to exert himself into this position once he wins. Exert himself in this position because this position requires lots of physical movement. May I finish my point, please? Lots and lots of mental exercises. And as a result, you need somebody who is engaged. And I thought if Comey had done that, he would have, after 1 or 2 years, Liberian people would have recognized what I know to be the truth, his true leadership ability. And then Liberian people say, wow, we almost missed this. Now, yes, I said 3. That's 1. Yes, the other one.
Tell me how he would have done that.
Let him make a point.
Can I finish?
You are counting your protocol, your own 5 points here, Jen. No.
I'm saying it to you.
No, I just told you. So I just want to remind him. So
no,
he can't forget.
Take note. I'm gonna give you the pen. Okay.
Thank you for reminding me. But yes, the second. Yes, I said 3. This is the second one, and this is the most important part. Logically, let's just go with common sense again. Ambassador Bakai has served 12 years VP. 1. Comey and Ambassador Bakai contested against each other. Nobody won that. You now going to emerge yourself together with these people. The fact that these people, when I mean people, I mean like people like Ambassador Baka, Bernard Ure, and my own sister, Nyomdi Kanga, they've been in the Liberian politics more than you have been around them. So if you were going to go in there, what was the question asked? I'm coming in, guys. We're going to form this. Well, how are we doing? And who's going first and who's going second? And then it came up. I'm sure that question came about. And then it came up, well, the voter going to decide. And coming, running Liberian politics as though he's running a corporation, accepted that. That would not have happened to Bernard Ure. Bernard Ure will reject it because he knows exactly that's not the way things are going to happen. Comey accepted that. Do you truly believe in your own mind that Ambassador Baka will allow anybody to go first other than him in this collaboration? That wasn't going to be. So my thought was, my thing, I truly believe that Comey would have said, you know what, from day one, having had the election and knowing fully well he was not popular in Liberia, how do I gain the popularity and for Liberian people to know who I am without going around running campaign? I will use this opportunity. Go second to Ambassador Baka. In 1 or 2 years from the beginning, you just come out and say, you know what, guys, this is it. We'll take the old man. The old man is going to be our standard bearer, and then anyone who wants to be second in command, the person can come out. They were going to select Comey right away because first thing, Comey has the money. They don't have money. By Comey coming in second in less than 2 years, Comey would have been a de facto president. And the third one, and this is also important. With all the debacle going around, after the people recognize that Comey is not going to go second to Ambassador Baka, they definitely don't want Comey to take any kinds of lead in the Liberian people's mind, because they know exactly, they're not stupid. They know Comey has the leadership ability. So by this starting this fingering document and things like that, they decided to derail his chances. Because if Comey had agreed or even suggested to go second, you will never hear no fingering document, because that's what all of them want. They wanted Ambassador Baka ahead and Comey second. That's all of them want, except for Comey went in there not knowing that. But that was their expectation. And that is the reason why I was saying that Comey should have go second. Mr. So, lastly, Mr. So, lastly, the liberal is on the floor. I'm not here for Kumba here. You myself, you, Mr. George, and myself, we're not here for Kumba. He's pulling pen, trying to remind me that Kumbaya stuff is not going to work for me. Y'all need to sit down on this platform and eat crow and say, but Mr. To, you are a political guru. You are one of the smartest political guru we've ever seen. I think that will go a long way. Other than him sitting down here, I'm not going to say that. You people need to eat crow, because I was saying that here, and you and Mr. George, center right and far right, degraded me on this show. It made me look like he's unstable. Yeah, those are my words. But you guys pushed me to that. I'm having the last laugh.
Mr. Oto, you did not answer my question. I asked you.
He will answer that question on Friday.
You think that Judge Judy could hear?
Yeah, the question will be answered. Guys, let's make our closing argument. I mean, liberal have said this here. So, Jones, what's it? And you can just add that to your closing argument. I'm going to spin this here. Liberal, he made this argument. We were looking at it from the different version. However, my argument was, why somebody didn't see this here? There were 4 parties that put together in this what I call so-called collaboration, which I knew wasn't even going to work. I spoke on that based on the document we all read, and there were a lot of indicators in some sense, which of course the liberal was right. People and you joined together, and they began to sideline you. They began to call you names. You are stranger, you this, you that. What sort of collaboration? Those were indicators, and more or less, one of their guy, Costa, who happens to be very close ally to Bouaka, Benena Ure ALP, went on a ballistic political assault on Alexander Benedict Cummings. And Cummings and his folks thinking in war, but apparently they were in a fantasy land, and they think politics was just for a toddler. And they decided not to respond, and it never responded. It went on and on. So my point here, since there were four that put together, what do you think it would be an easy thing for them to assume this stuff and adopt the CDC style with Joel Howard Taylor, NPP, and that of the Prince Johnson, and do it into a proportional faction? Coming call a politics is all about give and take and making some political sacrifices. Why this such a conversation was initiated? To consolidate and say, okay, let's do it this way. But if I get this, I will get this one here. Why they didn't do that?
Well, I think they didn't do that for two reasons. I think from all indication, from what I've been gathering from my own assessments, it's like Comey came into this CPP thing with a clean slate. But there were too many honestly ethnic and tribal politics associated with the whole arrangement. Unknowingly to Comey, now they're being associating him with so many other factors, Congo, gay, a whole host of things, right?
Johnson Sally brought him.
Yes, Johnson Sally imported him. But here is the issue. If we rather serious for the politics in Liberia, these are trivial things. These should be trivial things to a level-headed politician in Liberia. Like you gay or you Congo man. These are all tribal ethnic politics going on in Liberia. And at the end of the day, it tends to exclude some of the more qualified sons and daughters of Liberia is going to happen. Then you have the tribal politician grouping together, electing the wrong person to run Liberia. That was going to happen. It happened before it's going to happen again. You see? So the arrangement you just talked about, it would have been fine if there was nothing like ethnic and tribal element in it. It would have been very beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, but it's like Kumi came with a clear mind from my own analysis. But Joseph Boakai, and Nikwe, if you can remember, Nikwe even said, nobody coming from the United States to become a president in this. We got to let these things go. We can't be preaching the type of politics. It's not going to help us.
Let's leave it there. Don't care.
And lastly, I want to say here that I want to believe the people are now setting the stage when George Weah succeed himself. I want to believe strongly they will put a blame on Kumi. Take note of that.
Let's wait and see. Let's condense this into 1 minute each, gentlemen. We already slipped over the time. Amos George.
Yeah, look, let me just say this.
Seems to be I don't know. No, go ahead. I just go ahead.
That long story is gone. Here is the thing. Liberian, we're afraid of democracy. We talk about it, but we don't want it. When these people got together, they say everybody will maintain their identity and we'll go into a competition. But the moment they saw that if they go into competition, that company was going to win. So they created a narrative. We want black vote in Costa, brother. It didn't hold water. Then they say, Costa, they say, come got money. You buy all the delegates. What next thing? Okay, finger the document.
Look at that.
That's it. Because I'm coming on this platform, on our platform, he said it here. He told the same something too. Let us go to this process. If the Liberian person that Honorable Boakai is better, they will make that decision, and I will be okay to support him. Why they didn't want to go through that process? Because they don't believe in democracy. And I come back again. How they wanted Mr. Cummings to become a running mate to vice president or former vice president Joseph Walker. When Joseph Walker had not asked this man, but they expect that Cummings is so greedy, is so hunger, that he should go and beg Joseph Walker, so be my president. You'll be the president, I'll be the vice president. And I continue to say that would have been an insult to Mr. Cummings and any intelligent person. If the Liberian people know that today their life is better, fine. Let them vote who they want. If Mr. Cummings doesn't win, that's fine. And this lie and petting around, you got people sitting down and they're acting like they are the claim to be highly educated. Oh, somebody on the board. Okay. But what is there to prove that this man defrauded the Liberian people? Oh, he was on the board of the bank. Do you know the role of the bank? Come and show some document that this person was on the bank board and the bank defrauded the Liberian people. We took the bank to court, but there's nothing. But you want to show, because someone is on the board, so that is a crime.
All right.
I mean, look, Liberian people, we should know. We should be able to do better than this.
Thank you so much. The Liberal.
Mr. So quickly, this is what I'm going to say. I think the hypocrisy and the untruthfulness of the Liberian politician will be recognized by history from this election, and the CPP history book will be written and saved from day one. All of those people that were involved, except Comey, were bringing Comey in with the intent of having Comey as vice president because Comey has money, and that was the only reason why they were going after Comey. It was not because of Comey. They wanted Comey to go as president. As Mr. Joyce stated here, they went and wrote this bogus paper having Comey to believe. Now, another point that I want to make here into this, what I'm just saying, they were also hoping that there will be some people among themselves who would then tell Comey the true intent. But to their surprise, those who they thought were going to do that, they didn't do it. And they decided to come and write this bogus document. They know fully well that they have no belief in it. They don't trust it. That's not what they were. That's not what was their intent. History will prove, even if Ambassador Walker wins the election, history will look upon them as being the most untruthful Liberian politician in the history of the country. That's my comment.
You compelled me before. You have compelled me to make this last point before we sign off tonight. It does appear to me like after the four of them got together, first initial meeting, four of them, and then after three decided to meet and say, this is how we're going to crucify this guy.
Yeah.
Three met first. I would say three met first with the clear understanding of why they wanted to invite Honorable Comey into this collaboration. Simple. Mr. Soul, if you look at it from, if you go
was
deep,
your guy part of that meeting?
Who?
Your guy you support.
I said three of them, Ambassador, but I'm making this, I'm not hiding it. I'm saying it. I was not there, but if you look at it, I'm not far away from it. I'm saying most likely Ambassador Baka or my sister Nyamdikanga, in fact, dollars later, and also Benla Ure. And I will not even put a far-fetched, maybe Costa was not part of it, because if Costa was part of it, Costa would not have gone all the way on like that.
And there's something here. I will try to go through my archive. When Cummings was the chair of the CPP, Mr. Costa, he wanted to secure a committee on our CPP.
No, he wanted to incorporate this. He wanted to
committees. Specific something you're asking. A common position was no. The document calls for a political party, not a political group. That created another dramatic saying
because they knew what they were putting together. They have no trust in it. Only Comey alone truly believe that.
So they create this situation here, and later on coin the word, this guy is in desperation. So you are honest guy, you try to be honest, even though sometimes
I don't care how you classify me, Mr. So I am being very serious. If these people, if
the concept that Kumi is in desperation, that's not a reality.
no. The point was after the people realize this guy is not going to do what we thought he was do. How do we get to him? That's when they started bringing it up. And then when Kumi realized that these people want to not only to disgrace me here in Liberia, but also to degrade my character that I fought for so hard.
Because they said the coin Mr. Clean.
Yeah, and so Kumi decided to dig in and decide to stand his Mr. So there's a video where Kumi and his family, I believe, went to a restaurant, and there was a group of people that decided to verbally attack him. If you watch that video and you listen to some of these things, then you say, oh, Samson Toe was right.
Gentlemen, the best of analysts, cross-country, the Liberal Progressives is based in Southtown, Sacramento. Amos George is a strong supporter of the ANC based in Atlanta, Georgia. Well, we are still unsure, uncertain. We don't know which way. The language every now and then is changing. Mala Jones is based right here with me in the Ocean State of Rhode Island. Jones, 10 days to go. When will we get to know who you are, what you represent?
He will fall in my columns.
No, Jones coming back to us to the Unity
Party.
Jones is coming back to the Unity Party. I mean,
you see the argument the Liberal just put up? The CPP was a sophisticated document. But later on, the guy decided to bring in the Liberian now politics in, and Kumi said no hate.
Yeah.
You see? That was an instrument that Kumi know about. Those are some of the modern instruments. It was too advanced for these guys. So here is the point. They decided for the chairmanship to rotate. When it got to Kumi, they started setting his whole leadership when he became president, what he would do as a chair. That's where the whole trouble came from. When he just started, and Costa said, no, it doesn't work that way. The whole thing started turning around. They said, no, the guy, he seems to be now one of us.
As a stranger, he was not speaking our language. He was not willing to cooperate with the tone.
So it's just unfortunate that
guys,
it's just unfortunate that the team went to court. But the CPP, it was still going to break down because Kumi was going by the book and they were going by tradition. I thank you.
Guys, we want to thank you so much. Deborah, Amos George Jones, we want to welcome Dr. Toto back in the country. Let's see what we're going to hear from him, what he has observed there. So all our viewers, listeners, wherever you are, we say thank you for sharing your evening and your morning, afternoon, depending on your location. So for those of you who place in call territory, and all of you great guys, we say thank you so much. And by God's will and same time.
Sassy can't go now.
Well, I'm gonna go where?
But you can't need a screen.
I tell you.
So let me move him.
I tell you.
Prepare for the trouble. I don't know whether he even helping ANC or not.
I wonder who even use it for in Bazan when you were in Bazan, growing up in Bazan. I bet here a lot of people use it for in Bazan.
When you use it for to?
In Montreal.
Regular Rhode Island.
Good night, Mr. So. Good night.
Okay, guys. Thank you so much, Lilibro. Thank you. You're on tomorrow, right?
Yes, I'll be on.
Okay, we'll monitor and see what happens. But thank you so much for being here with us this evening as usual. Okay, folks, every good thing must come to an end. Thank you so much for being part of today's program. I'm Alfonso Zia, so right here at the New England Bureau of the Liberia Public Radio. Next week, Friday, join me. I'll be hosting two of my nieces. One is also in this profession, seasoned journalist, good writer, smart lady. Her younger sister is also a professional, Harvard graduate. But some percent Frenchmen say it Liberians. Wow. Okay, I think I gotta break it. This person calling from Europe. I already disconnected the line here. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. So we intend to create some diversities here and showcase the talents of our young Liberians, whether they were born here, but there are a lot that can be offered as well. And they are making some significant progress, and we need to showcase and we need to bring them together. We need to make them to know, especially those that were born here. We need to make them to know the culture and things that we do, so that even though they see it, but to get involved into what we are doing. I will be hosting. These are my two beautiful nieces. They're going to be joining me here next Friday. They call themselves Sister Please Podcast. They're going to visit LPR-TV. Co-host is Sarah Simon Hatawa and Joretta S. Conan. They're going to be my special guests. They are Liberians. Like I said, they are my own nieces. Let's watch. You can find them on YouTube. The group called it says Sis Plays Podcast. Watch some of what they do, and we're going to have more conversation here.
But the reality for a lot of us today is that as a Black family, when you're upwardly mobile and live an upper middle class lifestyle, it often means that we're the only ones in majority white spaces. And sometimes that upward mobility comes at the expense of our own psychological safety, sense of belonging, and fears about what it means for our Black children and their, sense of self. Hi, I'm Sada, one of your co-hosts of the Sis Please podcast.
And I'm Joretta, the other half of the Sis Please podcast. Thank you so much for joining us. So, sis, what's up?
I'm good, just hanging in there. It's funny because for the past few weeks, I've been doing a self-imposed Amazon moratorium. Like, I can't buy anything unless it's essential. And the reason I did this was because I'm doing this
Yes, they're going to be here with me, and I'm wondering to see how you're going to play this out. I remember I was doing my paperwork that she was editing the paper, and then just after all night, all week doing something, and she was just putting X in the uncle. This one is supposed to be like, oh my God. Okay, but they're going to be joining me here, and we're going to be having a conversation here. So there's some, you can get them on YouTube. Sis Plays Podcast is on Spotify, but they have the videos also loaded on YouTube, and we intend to share content. And they had another great interview with one Ghanaian looking at the contributions of immigrants. And so we're going to be taking this, hopefully, if it goes well, to showcase our kids and what they are doing here, and things that they are doing. That also going to send a signal to our motherland. The reason why there must be this dual citizenship and the impact that can be made as well. Well, I want to thank you so much for being part of this program. If you have your business, if you are planning a conventions, if you're having a shower, and many of you will know we are in a graduation season. If your son, your daughter, or yourself is graduating and you want us to showcase, to celebrate you, please reach out to us. Don't say Facebook can remind you, or Mr. So you didn't see the post. We got to get your consent. That is very, very, very much important. And I think it's good to celebrate one another. That is an achievement. For any reason you want to do it, you don't have to worry. You don't have to be in Rhode Island. You can be anywhere. There's a way we can find it. Whether you want us to scream it, whether you want us to have a picture or you graduate as a billboard here to celebrate it, we won't mind doing it. Call us. Where there's no way, we all can figure it out. We can tell you the little bit terms and conditions involved. But bottom line, this is how we here at LPR we want to celebrate people, not just only politicians. There are a lot of you making significant progress here, and we need to do that. Well, folks, time I cut away. Hallelujah. And that's how we're going to be going on here from Minister Tabina Johnson, a Liberian gospel artist based in UK.
lost without you.
Yes, we'll follow you to the end. This is how we want to leave you this evening. If this is your first time on Liberia Popular Radio, we say we throw a red carpet welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening. Always share our live feed, follow us, give someone the news. LPR is on every Wednesday. Thank you so much and have a pleasant midweek Wednesday and the rest of the weekend. Until then, Ty, join the crew tomorrow and Friday. I will be right here behind these microphones for us to have national conversation. Have a pleasant evening. Bye-bye.